All right, let's get it. All right. Now, if you are watching on the U of Tubes, welcome. My name is Big John TW. Of course, got to do my intro. Let me find a nice little safe spot to stand here. All right. So you ready? Are you ready? Ready for it? I'm ready for it. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Hi, I'm Big John TW. This right here, this is my stream. So here's what we're gonna do today, okay? Today I'm gonna play my itsy bitsy rogue. Okay. So yeah, there you go. Okay, you're the one I needed. Okay. Yesterday I did some trial runs. I played for a couple hours. Tried to truthfully I tried oh, there you are. Nice.
Quest complete.
Alright. So I made some changes to my setup, and I made some changes to my setup so that I could try to make a better stream for a while. Kind of tried to see what was causing me the most grievance. See what most of my problem was. Okay. Wasn't quite there yet. Oh. So yeah, I think the new carbonite for retail is what's actually causing me grief. If you got to listen any at all last night, then you know that World of Warcraft Lich King does not have this problem. The only one I have this problem with is retail.
Hey, how you doing?
And it's more of a nuisance than anything else, really. So I'm trying new things to improve my streaming condition. This says
makes sense. Move it.
What's up? Keep your ear to the ground.
bona fide minor delivery. Well, let's just go over here and see what we can do here. All right, chat. So basically what I did was I started last night and I started deleting all of my plugins, trying to get a really trying to get a better of a less of a lag.
I'm out of range.
So, what I ended up doing was I first added a an add-on tracker to see what was causing me, or what was supposedly causing me the most grief. And that add-on tracker worked marvelously. It has the ability to it does memory, but unless you're really on an older PC, memory is normally, your RAM is normally not going to be a problem. And I say this, my PC is a year or two old, and it has 40 gigs of RAM. So me having a RAM issue is not likely, or having a memory issue. That's just not. It's not practical, really. But what you do wind up getting is CPU issues, and mixed in with streaming actually makes the issue stand out. The reason why I say it actually makes the issue stand out is because streaming already adds a very large load to whatever it is you're doing. Because you've got the added processes. You've already got the added processes wow. You've already got the added processes. You're rendering what you're playing while you're playing it. It's kind of trying to keep up with live. So it causes you to drop frames, and this was causing me to drop frames, not really for you guys, but for me, which is, arguably even worse when you think about it. If I'm dropping frames from my game, then I can't fight. My ability to fight is going to be really, really hampered, because I'm not even seeing all the frames. And what's even worse is my version of lag for this game has a tendency to be what I would say is not really frame lag. It's more of input lag. Input lag being, as you go to move forward or backwards or what have you, your character doesn't move appropriately, or you're still running forward because your input has lagged and it's telling the system that you're still moving forward. I'm working on trying to get that improved. Personally, in the stream last night, had it about a millisecond slower. Millisecond faster, sorry, than what I'm currently streaming at now. So, and it seemed to stay pretty steady the entire time. As you can tell, like right now, I'm able to do things like bunny hop, whereas before I wasn't able to do that. Wish I could find a lockbox so that I can practice my yeah, lockpick. That's stupid after that one. I mean, I got it. It's right there.
Quest complete.
Those are those are locked in. Shion bar. Oh, can you not? Just I'm gonna put you over here. Actually, I want to put you up here. You over here. I can actually take you right there and return the game. Okay. What do we have now? We have mountain iron, so we're just going after ore now. Yeah, that's that as the old saying goes, chat, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. There we go. Take that off. When I say take that off, I was muted or deafened in Discord. And of course, if you're looking to chat, explanation Discord in the chat will get you the invitation to my Discord. And of course, you know, we can sit around and chitter chat, you know. Got nothing but time. Just gonna come over and do this. Gonna go around. Yeah.
Quest complete.
All right. Now I need to get out of this hole. We're gonna do that. 1 second. All right. Hold on. There's still a. Here. Next. From the mountain foot strip line and bring him back. Okay. The little guy? Is it one of you guys? It's one of them guys. Hey, girl, shoot. How you doing? That's an unexpected gift right there. I didn't expect, or when I went stealth, that what I'm carrying also goes stealth. Which I guess that would like work similar to your clothes. Yeah. I just threw this little miner lady here over my shoulder. Miner being profession, not age.
Quest
Quickly,
complete.
Okay,
quickly.
got that quest complete.
Careful out there.
That quest complete.
Move it.
I've
Here.
seen you around here before. Don't be a stranger.
Damn. Look at that. Level 16. Nailed it like a champ. You've learned Shrunken Toss. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna put that up here because that's like another.
I can't attack that. I can't attack that target.
It awards a combo point, so we're gonna do this. All right.
What?
I need
Out
a
your way.
hero. You know, I think there's somebody. You know what? I think these up here that I've been trying to go to are actually above. What do you guys think? I think they're actually above me. I mean, I probably should stop for a second because I got
John.
some- Hey. Hey, what's up?
Not much. So what are you streaming tonight?
When am I streaming or what am I streaming?
What?
I was streaming some I was gonna stream some City here or some WoW. I'm doing some rogue stuff.
Mm.
What you doing tonight?
Oh, not much. Just waiting to see if Prayer was gonna come on. She was up pretty much late today. She pretty much packed
Yeah,
everything
what do
she
you
had to
want?
pack this morning.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, she doesn't have anything left to do.
No. She's so tired she packed her cat in a box.
pleasure was all mine.
Yeah, I was just kidding about that. Those cats would be screaming if you ever got them in a box.
I can only imagine. So when you gonna wind up breaking down and doing some World of Warcraft with us?
Oh, I'm not. I tried playing World of Warcraft and it drove me nuts.
It's not for everybody.
It's too you have to do the same thing over and over and over again. It just got me. The grind fest I didn't like it.
Okay, that's cool. Well,
I mean, it's not like it's not like City of Heroes where you can either do the storylines or just jump in with some people and just start playing.
You can kind of do that with this. It's just how would I say that this one would differ? I don't really think it differs in that aspect as far as the gameplay itself. To me, it seems like more the people that are playing it. Inherently, and I say this with the utmost love, I have met more nicer people on City of Heroes than I have World of Warcraft.
I'm gonna see what the new game when it comes out in the end of November. what's added and stuff, and maybe I'll join it then.
Okay. Well,
Because I do like dragons and stuff, so I have to wait to see what it's gonna.
Yeah,
what they're gonna change.
The Dragon King, the Dragon Kin is supposed to be, supposed to be pretty good. Then again, they say that about everything, and they're right for the most part. They're right most of the time. There haven't been very many expansions I didn't like.
I need a target. It's too far away. Have a target. I need a target.
Crystal.
I'm out of range.
Do I need to make this listen?
John,
Yeah, what's up?
is it me or people's IQ going down real low? There's no more common sense.
If common sense was truly common, it'd just be called sense. Only special things get pronouns and adjectives.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Dave.
Well,
how's it
they
going?
had these people that called the local news for help. They used their credit card and, they did the front porch of their house. They racked up $20,000 in credit card debt. Now, the stupid idiots, they sent the check in, and then they waited 2 weeks and nothing happened. Well, the person on the phone said, "Oh, just send us another check." The other one must have got lost in the mail. So they sent them another check for $20,000. And then, of course, the credit card company cashed both of them.
I mean, I can see how they would have to, return half of it because they're a business, but that is rather stupid. They weren't smart enough to cancel the check.
No. And the credit card company put the second check to another account they never knew. So they knew the second check was fraudulent. Because if it was paying the same account twice, they would have had to send the money back anyways, because they would have been, $20,000 plus overage.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It should have been an overage anyway.
It
'Cause
wasn't.
they paid it twice.
Yeah, but it wasn't. The bank on the second check put the second check to a different account. You know,
You mean the credit card company?
yeah. You know, and their bank didn't want to step up and help them. I mean, if I was a bank and you walked in the teller and you showed me this proof that you put the account number on both checks, and the credit card company cashed both checks, and you said, look, the first one they said got lost in the mail, so I sent them the second one, and they cashed both of them. If I was the bank, I'd be getting the FBI and doing a fraud thing, saying, hey, I'd be clawing that second check back from the credit card company as fast as I could.
Keep in mind, though, you have a time limit that you can do that with. If they waited over 3 months, there's nothing they can do. The bank can't do anything with it. I don't know. I don't know how long it is for a check because let's be realistic. Who the fuck writes checks anymore? But yeah, there's all that type of stuff still has a time limit to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't trust I wouldn't trust writing a $20,000 check.
Well, myself, I'd be sending a direct deposit directly from the bank to them.
Yeah, I just pay it directly out of my account. I actually would feel safer doing a direct transaction online than I would be trying to send someone a $20,000 check from the bank.
Yep.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Then anyone that writes checks, I mean, if anyone that's wrote checks after 6 to 7 months, if you wait 2 weeks and the check doesn't clear, give it another 2 weeks. If it doesn't clear, you send a letter to the bank or the person you sent the check to, and then you say to them, look, the check was lost in the mail. I'm going to be sending you a replacement check. The worst thing that would have happened is they would have gotten some extra interest, maybe a late fee that they could have fought. But you got to make sure that you cancel the first check before you write the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you follow that shit like the plague. That's $20,000. I know people that don't make that much a year. Hey, you should probably pay more attention. And I don't know who doesn't know the camp. If you write one check, especially for $20,000, and then you hear that it didn't get cashed, you just cancel the check.
Yep. And then you call the credit card company and you ask them, is there any local branches that you have? Go, why? Because I want to make a payment right at the branch.
Screw that, dude. I'll make it over my phone.
Yeah. Yep.
I could watch the money. I could watch the money get applied to the account.
Yep. Or you use your bank, and you send an e-check.
Grind's okay.
You had a guy here in Massachusetts, the FBI and stuff, arrested him, and they said he stole a deposit from his company. The company fired him and stuff. And he said, look, I put the money in the night deposit slot. I have the receipt. I did it. And his lawyer said, look, has anyone x-rayed the building? What? Has anyone x-rayed the building to see if the bag has fallen between it's in the bank, but it's in the wall? Did something like that happen? And the FBI says, no, we're not going to do it. And the bank didn't want to do it. So the guy forced the bank to x-ray the wall, and it took him 4 years for him to force going through the court system to x-ray the wall. And the guy paid to have the wall x-rayed, and when they did, they found 5 bags of other deposits that were lost. There was just enough big enough hole between the wall and the machine, the night deposit thing, that the bags, if you flipped it with just enough force, it would fall into the wall. So they found his bag and 4 other bags that had fallen inside the wall. And
well, see, and you would think that the bank would have some camera on that depository, so they would know that that a deposit had been made.
The camera was so grainy that they thought it was him. They putting the deposits in, but they couldn't see the bag going into the slot. The camera was so old and so bad. So it was one of those issues with the bank was fucking cheapy, and it didn't give a shit about the cameras or anything.
I guess that's where I have. Then why does the bank even have the camera?
Yeah.
If it can't see who's making the deposit, then it can't see who's stealing the deposit either.
Yeah, just like Black Toyota.
Like a horrible bank.
Yeah, well, that's like Black Toyota over here. Their cameras weren't working, and the catalytic converter thieves found out about it, that they weren't working, and they had 300 catalytic converters stolen in one night. The machine was out, and half the cameras weren't working and stuff. After that, you see, the guy, the dealership, had to throw in a lot of money putting in new cameras and shit.
He should have put that in first. Then he wouldn't have had to throw it in, and then he wouldn't also be out money from everything else.
Well, the other thing too is that he couldn't sell those cars as new.
Really?
Yep. Because
that
he had, yeah, because he had to put a new catalytic converter on them, and he had to do an insurance claim on them, so they couldn't be considered new.
Well, just because one gets, if a car gets in if you have an automobile or an automobile lot and it gets hit by a hailstorm, and you have to make claims against the vehicles on the lot, that still doesn't change the fact that the cars are new or not. It just means that they've already had a claim against them.
Yeah.
Normally, new means the classification for new means it has X number of miles. You couldn't have driven it for X number of miles.
Yeah. But the way it works with the Carfax and stuff and the laws in Massachusetts, when they had to change a part like that affects the use or safety of the vehicle, they have to detail it in the Carfax report. So they couldn't sell the car was actually new, but they couldn't sell it, right off the lot, brand new, 16 miles. They had to actually disclose it to the people why the car was.
You know how you could tell that some politician had their hand in that, who has no mechanic experience at all?
Yeah.
You know why? Because a
Money.
catalytic converter has absolutely nothing to do with the safety of the vehicle, it barely has something to do with the operation of the vehicle. It can operate, actually, they will tell you that a vehicle will run better without a catalytic converter on it. You have more horsepower without the catalytic converter. That's normally the first thing you cut off of a truck to make the horsepower go up. Is you cut the cat off.
Yep.
So yeah.
Especially if you have a diesel pickup truck. My brother did that to his. He took all the cat off and stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the fact that they would say that you need to list it on a Carfax and it would drop the vehicle from being new. Boss, you can actually change the catalytic converter out without ever having to touch the inside of the vehicle.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those weird and quirky laws in Massachusetts and stuff. Now you see these people with the new diesel pickup trucks? If they run out of the diesel cleaning fluid, your truck will stop running.
What?
You know these new trucks, the diesel trucks.
Yeah.
You got to put that DET fluid in them. The enhancement fluid, the DET fluid. If your truck runs out of
DEF.
DET fluid, it'll stop running.
Hmm.
You know, it's like, and I showed that to my brother. Says how stupid they can be. Because the DET is just a cleaner. Why would you stop running the truck? You would just say you get an idiot light. Your DTE fluid is out. Your DTE fluid is out. Please add some more fluid. Goddamn blinker fluid. Your blinker fluid's gone. Your blinker fluid's gone.
Yeah, you run into all types of moronic laws. That's just because the smoke that comes out of a diesel is black, they think that it's dirtier than regular car emissions, when in all actuality, pure diesel exhaust, even though it is pitch black, is much cleaner and safer than your auto exhaust.
People don't realize that a diesel pickup truck it has less maintenance and goes farther in real life than a regular gasoline pickup truck, and runs cleaner, as long as you keep it tuned.
There's some caveats to that, but yeah, for the most part, that's a true statement. Most of your diesels don't get better gas mileage than cars, but can they? Some of them do. Some of them get a whole lot better gas mileage than cars. The fact that they're burning diesel's actually cleaner. You are 100% right. It looks worse, but it's actually better.
And in places like in Germany and England that are strict diesel only countries, their fuel is cheaper because they don't have to keep refining the gasoline down the chain. They just go down to the heating oil, diesel, and they stop. They don't have to go any farther to make it unleaded.
I'm out of range.
Well, I know in Germany that's not a true statement. They have gas-powered cars in Germany.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying is a lot of the countries that have just straight old diesel, diesel cars, diesel engines, they don't have to keep refining the gasoline as pure as they have to. Hearing it, they can refine it down to home heating oil, and then it runs fine. But then you get the people here in the United States. They run into McDonald's and they grab all the grease out of the grease trap. They drive down the road and the truck smells like French fries.
Oh, you're talking about a biodiesel. That's one of the best. Yeah. Believe it or not, biodiesels are freaking. When you convert one, it's awesome. I've had a lot of friends that do it.
Oh yeah.
There's very, very little power loss, and when you can get all of your fuel pretty much handed to you for free, that's a pretty awesome scenario.
Yeah, you got a tank in the back of your truck, a small pump, and a couple filters, and you just suck up all the grease out of the. You go to the fast food restaurants and say, "Hey, can I grab your grease?" And they go, "What?" It says, "I got a biodiesel. I'm running low on some fuel. Can I grab your?" "Sure, it's free. Take all you want." 300 gallons later, his truck's smelling like French fries. The guy at McDonald's loves you because you just saved him a couple $100.
Yeah, normally for the bio you make an arrangement with your because most restaurants dump their grease once a week, and they have an outside vat where they dump it at. So you make an arrangement with them that when they dump their grease, you'll come by and pick it up. Because if you don't come and pick it up, then they have to pay someone to come and pick it up for them and dispose of it. So yeah, like you said, that is actually a double positive because it actually uses someone else's waste. And for the company, they just don't have to pay somebody to come pick it up.
Go!
let's go ahead to this guy here and see what we've got.
If everything goes well with Per, about this time next week, her server should be up.
I think it's going to take a little bit longer than that for a server to come up. I think she's going to have. She'll probably do it. She'll probably end up doing a slow rollout.
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you want?
Because she's still got to figure out how to do the
I ain't getting
Manifest, right?
the what was it, the welcome the welcome screen, the splash screen. What it's not that.
Yeah.
It's
Careful.
you're basically your installer.
Yeah, she's gonna get into her apartment and then she's gonna unpack everything. Oh look, I found my blades for my Cuisinart. Yay, I found the blades finally for my Cuisinart. I just hopefully she doesn't take the cockroaches with her.
Nah, I'm pretty sure she knows how to. She knows how to handle that.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get a basement, if your unit's got a basement, you put the stuff in a bag and you bomb it. You let it sit there for a couple days.
Or if you're moving it in a U-Haul truck, just load it up in the U-Haul truck and then bomb the U-Haul truck.
Yep.
And by bomb, I mean bug bomb. I could see someone. Oh, it's talking about blowing up a U-Haul truck.
Do not get on Gallywix's bad side. No loitering, whatever that means.
You know, when they talk about a bug bomb, they're talking about either the old style that used to light the end of it, or it used to be the newer styles that look like a hand grenade where you pull it and drop it, but you got to make sure you don't put it next to anything that's flammable. And you wait a couple hours.
Most of them that I've seen, they go off like almost like an aerosol can. They have a self-stick lid. You just pop the lid down with your thumb, and it'll fog for about 15 to 20 minutes, and yeah, that fog will do its due diligence. Okay.
Just make sure that you wash your clothes after you bomb it and stuff to get rid of the eggs.
Yeah. Yeah, the best idea is to wash everything after you bomb it. I mean, it does have a chemical residue that it'll leave on dishes. And
No, you'd be itching yourself to death.
Or you'll just get really deathly sick.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
She's got the minimum, you know, when she gets into the apartment on Monday. She's got a bed and a microwave. You know, and a small kitchen appliance, stove and appliances.
Oh yeah.
She's got something to lay her head down on.
I remember most every time I've ever moved, the very first thing I hooked up was the computer. The next thing I hooked up was the TV. And then it was the bed. Pretty much to me after that, everything else was kind of inconsequential.
Yeah, you slowly opened up one box at a time and put the furniture together.
Yep.
Looked at the IKEA directions and said, "Who the hell wrote these things?" A goes
Oh my
to C,
God,
C
is
goes
this
to
even
D,
in English?
D to E, F to G, H I J. Oh God.
Quest complete.
I used to see my brother looking at those directions, the IKEA ones. I used to laugh at him. I said, Mike, yeah, just look at the directions, you know, so that you know which panel is supposed to go where. Other than that, just throw them out.
Yeah, some people actually need those directions though.
Yeah.
I've seen people that could look at the picture and have like very simple visual aid.
Go! Go!
They had to have something in front of them to read.
Yeah. The only thing I used to do was I used to bring out a you know, the good old fishing tray, and I used to take all the screws and I used to put them in the trays as they're supposed to be, and I used to put little letters on the tray, you know, A, B, C, D, whatever the screw was supposed to be, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to put this thing on the tray on the top, and I said to him, I said, okay, you know, and I counted out all the screws. I said, yep, we got everything that we're supposed to. You know, and I said to him, yep, the company sent us 3 extra screws, 3 extra B screws. So don't worry at the end when you have 3 extra B screws, because the company gave you 3 extra screws. They're like, okay, we got extra screws, good. Most people I see that used to install that furniture, and they used to bring them back to Micro Center where I used to work. They used to use electric screwdrivers. They used to torque the screws so hard they used to break the plywood, the veneer.
Yeah, I remember when I worked at National TV Sales and Rentals.
Sir, yes.
There used to be one. Huh?
There you go, sir. Yes, you can't use an electric screwdriver on these things. You will over torque the screw and snap it. We had one customer go through 6 of the units, weren't listening to us. Finally, I said to the manager, said, look, let's just, you know, the company's going to get pissed at us because we're sending this thing back. You know, they're losing money on these things because they're gonna scrap them and we get credit for them. I said, so this guy doesn't come back again. Let's put the fucking thing together for him. You know, I said, here you go. So we told the guy to wait 10 minutes. We put it together the right way with the screwdrivers. Me and 2 guys, we put it together the right way. He said, here you go, sir. This is the way it's supposed to be put together.
Yeesh! Took my head off, why don't you?
But I got a computer back one time. The guy got a CD-ROM disc stuck in a CD-ROM drive of his computer, and he used a lighter to try to see where the disc was, and he caught the front of the case on fire.
Oh man, doing rent to own. when I used to do rent to own, they used to have me as their computer tech for the northern region, and oh my god, I used to tell people they need another application so that you could test intelligence because some people just shouldn't have. And I mean, I'm not trying to be like a smart aleck with this. What I'm trying to mean, or what I'm saying here is,
Can you fix my
should be
cup
smart
holder?
enough. First of all, they thought the CD tray. I had one customer that thought the CD tray was a coffee holder.
Yeah.
He actually broke the tray. The machine broke the tray trying to pull in the CD drive with his coffee in it. I had another one that couldn't understand why her computer was acting goofy. Well, her PC was in a trailer, which is not that big of a deal, but they put it in the garden tub. So the PC, the tower PC, was sitting right beside the faucet of a 10-foot garden tub.
Yeah. Good old moisture was
The
getting
whole
into the
unit
piece.
was water damaged.
Yeah. Yeah. Water. Theme. Yeah. Water.
So yeah, I've had some real doozies, like, and trying to explain to them that you can't do that. You can't put a computer in a bathroom on the side of the side of the tub. That doesn't work. Then they want to look at you like you're the mean guy or you're an asshole, and it's like, well,
I had a person
sorry?
that was like that. They were a retired writer, and I said to him, I said, "Look, sir, if you have anything near water, you're gonna ruin it. It's gonna corrode." I said, if you want to, be in the tub and have something come up in your head and you have to write it down. I said, what you want to do is you want to have just a disposable monitor, very cheap monitor, on the wall, and then you want a keyboard, an extended keyboard and mouse on a small table. I said, but you want the computer, or your laptop, as far away as the water as you can get it. I said, but you want to remotely tap into it and stuff, with either a 20-foot or 30-foot cord. So if anything happens and you drop the keyboard, the only thing you're going to ruin is a $29 keyboard or $19 keyboard. All you have to do is plug the keyboard from the cable and plug in a new keyboard. And he goes, well, why would I want to do that? And says, why can't I have the laptop in the bathroom with me? I said, sir. He says, have you seen those videos with the wife when they drop the blow dryer in the bathtub? And they almost kill themselves. And especially if there isn't a grounded outlet in the bathroom. A GFI outlet. Are you going to take your life in your hands if you accidentally drop a laptop or desktop PC into a tub of water that you're swimming in? So he looked at me and goes, no, I don't think so. I said, yeah, so what you want to do is you want to get the cheapest laptop you can and with an extended cable or something and keep it away from the water and stuff. Keyboards and mice, if they fall into the water, you're not going to hurt the laptop. It's just you're just going to have to go get a new keyboard and mouse, or have a spare,
It's too far away.
near where in your trailer. So the other thing that'll kill your power, your computer, that you'll have to get it sent back to the vendor, is if your power in your trailer is unclean, if you have a bad generator, or the electricity that you're getting to the trailer is bad. So make sure that you always get a battery backup, between you and your laptop, or the you and the wherever you're getting the power from for your trailer. Because that way, a $100 UPS is easy to replace. You just unplug it and send it back under warranty and get another UPS while you're waiting, and you have a spare in your trailer. But I've seen numerous times of people coming back in a lightning storm, and having their computer completely blown to a crisp because the electricity went up the cell phone, the Ethernet wire, and not the main wire that was grounded. They had protection. It went up the way they didn't have any protection. So I said, yeah. I said, electrical strikes and bad electricity and water are the two killers of any laptop or desktop if you're going to be trailing a lot. And I said to him, the last thing, sir, is especially on laptops. If you drop your laptop, even 2 to 3 feet, you're going to kill the hard drive in it. So don't move the laptop, and make sure that you have ways of backing up what you're working on, different ways, like a USB stick, a hard drive, and then the internet. I says, because you don't want to lose the data that you're working on if you're writing for a book. I don't think you want to start in again. He looks at me and goes, no, I don't think so. And I said, yep. I said, I've had people come in with their husband's laptop, and the guy was a lawyer, and they ran over the laptop with with their car, and the guy's looking at me and says, and the person's holding the laptop, it's in pieces, and they want to know if they can get the data off the laptop so her husband doesn't get fired, or a letter of reprimand censored from the from the state and stuff, because she was the one that ran over his laptop. And he says it would have been nothing, a non-issue, as if the guy had a backup plan where all his work files were backed up somehow.
It's not working.
And the guy said, well, how hard is it to back up? Is it the software out there that will back up your laptop for you daily, weekly, monthly? You can back it up to an external hard drive, and if you have a fast enough internet connection, you can back it up to the internet. And I recommend that you back it up to the internet once a year. He goes, why? I says, so say if you go buy a brand new laptop off the floor, Toshiba or IBM, and you break it, it's going to take 7 days for them to fix the laptop, and you may or may not get the laptop back with all your data still there. So what would happen if you're in the middle of writing a book and you lose all your data or all your notes? How much of a delay would that put you back on writing your book? And the guy goes, ooh, I see your point. So if you backed up your laptop to an external hard drive once a day or once a week, you've only lost the notes for that week. And he goes, oh, yeah, I can see how that, and I wouldn't be losing that much work. But maybe it'd take me a day or two to get my notes back typed in and what I was doing. I said, yeah. I said, but there are companies out there, big ones, that don't have any good backups, and sometimes they never make it after a catastrophic computer crash. They can't get they've lost all the orders, they've lost all the payment systems. They're just dead in the water, and then they try to recover everything. And you got 2 or 3 people with and they're typing everything back in to try to remake the database, and sometimes they never recover all the information. You've seen that, John, where companies have lost orders because the computers crashed. Well, yeah, I think we lost a $100,000 order here. I'm not too sure, but I thought we had a $100,000 order for Jones. Does anyone have Jones? Luckily, if Jones is a good guy, he sends back the signed copy of the quote back to him and says, yeah, I can take the delay. Here it is, guys. Here's your quote that you lost me with my check. A lot of companies that happened to, they'd be just suing you in court, saying thank you for my $100,000 check, and here's a lawsuit for the time and effort you made me lose to rebid your job because you lost my information on the internet.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe it's so long. I can't believe I can't get that to work.
It's too far away.
I got in an argument with my dad a couple weeks ago.
You did?
Yeah, I said to him, I says, we're in a cashless society, and I says, good luck trying to hide your cash, Dad, your money. You know, these people that put it in a in a mattress or a coffee can. And he goes,
Yeah.
what do you mean? I can go to the bank and I can take $20 out. And I says, okay. I says, to open up an account now, you need your social security number. And the IRS and the banking system can look into your account at any time to see how much money goes into your account and out of your account. And he says, most maximum deposits now are under. And if you go over $5,000, they call in the IRS and they want to know where this money comes from if it's over $5,000.
Well, first of all, it needs a court order of a judge in order to look
Yeah.
at your bank account.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've always had that ability.
Yeah.
That's nothing new. You've always had to
Yeah.
open up a bank account with your social security number.
Yeah.
So I mean, that to me, that has less to do with the ability
Yeah.
to not be able to hide funds. I mean, you could still
Yeah.
hide them. It's just the question is, what are you going to do with them when you hide them?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you'd be that strange guy in the cash register line that everybody's looking at because he's trying to pull out bills and hold on,
Yeah.
let me get my reading spectacle. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. But I said to him, look, you know, once you retire, the IRS knows how much you're going to make in a year. They know that and stuff. So how are you going to start taking that $100, $200 that's in your mattress, and how do you put it back into your checking account that's monitored? There's no way. I said, unless you go to a 7-Eleven and start buying money orders, which most companies now won't accept anymore. And most companies now won't accept a cash deposit. I mean, what are you going to do? Go to a 7-Eleven and pay your cell phone bill and your electric bill and everything in cash once a month?
Yeah, some people do.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's quite as hard as you think. I mean, you're allowed up to I think it's $100,000 with the Bureau of Banks or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I know.
The federal bank protection agency.
Yeah, I know.
In any single account. And yes, if you do make exorbitantly large deposits often,
Yeah.
that can get you triggered for by the bank.
Yeah.
But that's the bank triggering and calling, not you, or not the FBI watching you.
Yeah.
And the bank still has to show probable cause to the FBI before they can investigate it. And just because you come up with a couple of $100,000 isn't probable enough cause. I mean, there's really nothing they can do about it. And they still can't get a judge. They still wouldn't be able to get a judge
Yeah.
to agree to look at your bank account just because you have high
Yeah.
or higher deposits. What
Yeah.
they're talking more along the lines of is more like money laundering, where you can see, oh well, these people were making 7 or 8 or 12 $150,000 deposits.
Yeah.
Well, how did he get that money? Where did that much money come from?
Yeah. But I said to him, I said, look on the forfeiture laws. I said, if you get too much money on your pocket, you know, or in your car, and they stop you for a traffic stop, or even the airport now, these people with, you know, a couple $1,000s and stuff. This is how a lot of the cops people, they keep themselves in money because they fucking forfeiture these people. They try to seize as much money as they can.
Well,
But I told
legally, in
them
order to legally, in order to seize any money, they have to first be able to prove some wrongdoing or suspicion of some wrongdoing. And just having a shit ton of money on you is not a crime.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that is, you know, perfectly well within your right, and you're allowed to put your money wherever you want it.
Yeah. And there's been horror stories where these guys have got, you know, this guy that's working for a company goes to buy an 18-wheeler, and he's got $80,000 of cash on him, and he's lost the cash, where he's had to hire a lawyer to try to get the cash back.
Oh yeah, if you lose cash, good luck with that. You can't even insure cash.
Yeah.
That's why they tell you put it in a bank.
Yeah. And I said to my dad, it says that there's 10 steps that a senior has to do to make sure that she'll never lose your money. And he goes, what's that? I said, the first step is your main bank account that you get all your benefits into, or your main checking account. Don't link it to anything else. Don't use an ATM card to it. Don't do anything to it. Make sure that you firewall that account, meaning that all it's good for is the deposit. Money comes into the account, and then you transfer the money out of that account to a working account that you work with it, you know. And the working account, I says, that's the one you set up all the bill pays to. So if something happens to that bill pay account, the worst that you're going to lose is a couple $100. You know, the money that was in the account to pay some bills. You know, but it's, you know, yes, it is a little bit of a headache, but again, no, it's just companies like, that Amazon uses for the pay, got PayPal and stuff. You know, they're not a bank, and you know these guys, if they make a mistake, they can come in and grab your money and pull it, and then you got to hire a lawyer to get your money back and shit like that. I said, so your main account, you don't want to link it to anything. You know, don't link any credit cards to it. Don't link a debit card to it. I says, because if anyone gets a hold of the debit card number, you know, at one of those swiper readers, you've just lost all the money in that account, and now you got to do all the fucking paperwork to try to get it back. You know. And then if you want to buy something online through Amazon, I says, have a credit card that you only use for the online purchasing, and make sure it has a low limit, like $500. I said, yes, you're only legally required to pay the first $20 to $30 back, but most times you don't have to pay that money back. But if that credit card or anything is linked to other accounts, these thieves now, they don't go after the credit card money. They go after the accounts that are linked to it. And a lot of, and it says a lot of elderlies, and it's happened to everyone. They don't read what the Google links that they've clicked on, and they think they're on the a DMV website, or they think they're on a Amazon's website. They think they're on Amazon's website when they're not. And they think as soon as they buy something there, they just gave the guy, the PIN and the expiration date, all the information they need to, to zap the credit card to its maximum limit. I've had a neighbor that did it to he thought he was registering himself on the DMV of Massachusetts, and he wasn't. He was on a third-party scam site. I caught it, but it was too late for him, for that credit card.
Yeah. But I mean, there's still things you can do. Like, if you've noticed that they're using a fraudulent site, the only thing you really have to do is block the card.
Yeah.
I mean, anymore, I can turn my cards on and off from my cell phone, so
yeah,
I'm not 100% concerned, or I'm not 100% as concerned because of the level of transparency. Also, most of my cards will notify me immediately when anything gets added to them or gets charged to them.
Quest complete.
I also said to him, one of the things you also got to check once a year is not just your credit report. I said, but you got to look at look at the title search of your property. He says, what do you mean? He says, when you buy and purchase land, and you pay $70 to register it, the deed. A lot of these people that work at the state level, they don't read what they're filing. They just take the filing fee and they'll file it. It says if someone wanted to, they could steal your house by just coming in with a typed notice that says, "I purchased this house for $1," and it have your name on it and his name on it, and it's once it gets registered in the title of the deeds. If you don't catch shit like that, stuff, these people go out and they get mortgages and shit like that on your house. You don't know it until the bills start coming in.
Yeah.
Then you got to hire a lawyer, and you got the title insurance companies. You got to start fighting with them. It says, and who registered this thing up, and it's fraudulent. And, it's very time consuming and very, very aggravating when shit like that happens if you don't catch it soon enough.
Well, normally though, when you deal with property, you have to go through an escrow lawyer, and there are certain people who are the only ones that have the ability to quote unquote sell or buy property.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody can buy it, but not everyone can just go to the county clerk and file for the mortgage to be changed on your home. That takes a title deed company. So Yeah, I mean, what they're more likely to do is catch you in a situation where you haven't paid your taxes and then turn around and buy up 4 or 5 years of your back taxes, or 3 or 4 years of your back taxes, and then try to buy the house out from underneath.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen more often than not.
Yeah. What I've seen a lot is these people, they don't watch their freaking mortgage, you know, and they get a foreclosure notice and they don't do anything about it. And the next day, that there's a sheriff at the door telling them to get out of the house. It's not theirs anymore. And then they start crying to the local TV news crew. We didn't know. We didn't know. We didn't know. Well, it was in the paper the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, but let's be realistic. When was the last time most people read the paper?
Yeah, but I'm saying is they also have to send you a legal notice. They got to put it on your door of your house. You know,
Our enemies will fall.
your mortgage company keeps sending you late notices and saying, you know, come on, try to, you know, talk to us. We want to work with you.
Not always. Mortgage companies. I've had mortgage companies pull some pretty sneaky shit. Like,
Oh yeah, I know. I know.
When I bought the property that I live in now, originally it started out with a loan, and in the process of the paperwork, they added they had both parcels showing on the paperwork, and because of a typo or a glitch that they forgot to put in later on in the paperwork, both parcels were shown as being paid in escrow, but my mortgage note didn't have my taxes for one of my 2 parcels, and it just so happened to be the parcel that my house was on. So they decided not to pay the taxes on my house for like 5 years, and then wanted to, and then they said, well, what we're doing, and I was like, well, how can you do this? They said, well, we're using a clause in your mortgage that allows us to adjust for tax increases. I said, this isn't a tax increase. You screwed up. You didn't pay my taxes, and you screwed up and didn't include my taxes in my mortgage. Well, that's what we're using to redo your mortgage payment, and now your mortgage payment went from $300 or $400 and some odd dollars a month to $900 a month. And if you can't pay, then we will we'll come and kick you out of your house. So I know how the bank can make mistakes and use sleazy loopholes. They used a loophole for increasing my mortgage because of tax increases to cover for the fact that they didn't put one of the parcels into my mortgage note. But yet it was listed in the deed, so they had to pay for it. And then of course they put it all together and said, but see, we paid the 5 years of back taxes on it. Oh, but now your escrow is upside down, and now your escrow is almost twice the size of your house payment. And that is legitimately their problem. But it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, in that situation there, I was, if it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't have been able to make my own payment. Just because, and it wasn't because I wasn't intelligent enough to make sure that I could afford the mortgage payment. It was just the fact that the mortgage payment went from $390 to $970 a month. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, because it had 5 years worth of taxes included in the damn bill.
Yeah, that they didn't pay because they didn't include.
And there's a story about that that's going around about a water bill, $5,000 water bill. This woman, a new owner has to pay because the previous owner wouldn't let the town come in and change the defective water meter. And for 5 years, they kept sending her, this is a adjusted water bill. You know, we're just charging the flat rate. Your meter is broken. Please let us in. So she sold the property, and of course, you know, that state says, do you have any liens on the house? And she said, no, I don't. And she didn't have any because the water company kept sending her an adjusted water bill for just $100, which she paid. You know, the previous owner paid. But when she moved out, the new owner changed the water meter, and when they read the meter, it was something like $6,000 worth of water was used from the other owner over the years that hadn't been paid for.
Hmm. Yeah. Oddly enough, when they needed help, we bailed them out. But yeah, they will screw us in a heartbeat. Welcome to the U.S. banking system.
I'd like to listen to some of the Florida Supreme Court decisions. When the banking mortgage meltdown happened afterwards, they had Bank of America foreclosing a house that the guy didn't have a mortgage on it at all. The house was free and clear, and Bank of America started a foreclosure process on it. And the guy by himself, you know, sent them, you know, registered letters saying, you know, and copies of the title saying, I don't have a mortgage with you. I've never had a mortgage on this property. It's been free and clear. You know, I've never had a mortgage on it and stuff. So they hired a lawyer and stuff, and you know, they said, you know, they went to court, and the first level judge says, no, he's got he's lying. He's got a mortgage with Bank of America, and gave the you know, default to the bank. You know, and they went back up the Supreme Court of Florida, and you see him overturning the decision. But you know, it was hilarious listening to these judges asking the Bank of America lawyer, you know, how could you legally try to foreclose on a piece of property that you don't own?
Well, yeah, it's the due diligence side. None of the lower courts wanted to do their due diligence and inspect to see, or even actually physically touch whether or not Bank of America had a contract for that property.
Yeah.
Normally they just say, well, we deal with Bank of America enough that we know that they're right.
Yeah. No, what it was again, you know, the good old robo signing. You know, they had these people that were robo signing thousands and thousands of documents, and no one was checking the back checking to see if the mortgage was actually owned by Bank of America or not. But it was like the family was like, you know, they won and they got a huge you know, winnings, but you know, they had to go through hell. Has got one on a lemon log case. He couldn't believe how stupid the dealership was here in Massachusetts. The dealership was a Ford, and the guy had one of the new Broncos that had the bad valves in it. And the engine let go at 800. The engine let go at 800 miles. totally destroyed itself. You know, the valves let go 800 miles. The wait time for a brand new engine was 7 months. They were back ordered 7 months the engines for that. So you know, the guy goes, you know, nicely to the dealership. Says, "Look, 7 months is too too long. Says, under the lemon law, you know, that's it. You know, I want my money back." And the dealership said no. You know, stonewalled the guy.
Yeah.
You know, my brother got involved with the dealership. Said, "Look, the guy gave you a reasonable request. It is under the lemon laws." I said, "You can either do two things." I said, "You can either settle now, you know, and I'll have to pay my lawyer's fee, or we're going to force you into arbitration, you know, and you're going to have to pay for the arbitrator, and you're going to lose in arbitration, and we're going to come back with, you know, and win 3 times the damages in Massachusetts, the 93A law." I said, "So instead of paying $80,000 for a new vehicle and just writing it off and walking away," I says, "you know, you're gonna be like $160,000 plus my lawyer's fee and stuff. If you're being real stupid." And the dealership was stupid. Said, "No, we'll see you in arbitration," you know. And the arbitrator was like looking at the dealership, saying, 800 miles. The car had 800 miles, and the engine let go. I said, "Yeah." I says, "Was it a defect in the engine?" I says, "Yeah." You know, they had a recall on the engine valves, and I had one of the bad engines. You know, the engine got eaten. You know, tore the engine up. You know, so it's nothing you did. You know, he says, "No, I didn't even get to do the first oil change on it." You know, and the you know, the guy, the arbitrator, said to the guy, you know, the dealership says, did he abuse the engine or the vehicle at all? He said, "No. He only had it for 800 miles." He says he was still within the break-in period of the engine. So, you know, they lost the case and stuff. You know, dealership lost the case, and it cost them a lot of money. Well, my brother was saying is that some of these people, you know, they don't have any common sense.
Quest complete.
You know, the engine's got a defect, and it was nothing that the dealership did, or nothing that the owner of the vehicle did. You know, you see the guy was, you know, if I was the dealership, I would have said, "I'm sorry, sir. You know, do you want another Ford Bronco? You know, do you want us to put a special order in? You know, we'll cancel the other one. We'll do the lemon case against the thing for you. Get your money back." And now, how would you like? Would you like another Ford, or would you like your money back? 9 out of 10 times, the person would say, "Well, yeah, I'll can you get me the same vehicle, but one that doesn't have the issue?" And the dealership doesn't lose any money because they sell another vehicle. They sold another vehicle to somebody.
Yep.
And it's not, and you know, it's not that one vehicle that makes the dealership money. It's you saying to your friends, you know, dealership A they were a great dealership. They helped me out when I had an issue and it wasn't their fault. And they bent over backwards. They were helpful and straightened everything out. And I would go back to dealership A to buy my next two or three vehicles. Or if not, what happens to the internet, the good old, you know, people get on the internet now, and they can really kill a company pretty quick.
I need a target.
Yeah, I've been threatened. Well, I've had to deal with the lemon law once before. It's It's not pretty, it's not fun, and I know from a design standpoint, they do not want that, period. Because one of the main things with the lemon law that makes the customer the most unhappy is the fact that it has to come back in 3 times to be corrected. So the 3rd time they're there, they're normally not happy. Normally not happy at all.
Quest complete.
I need a target. I don't have a target.
Alright. So I should turn this in. I should probably get these 3 blocks out of this one. Just survey the... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I've got 2 of them to turn into. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Nailed it.
Don't be a stranger.
You're
Baladash Malinore. Be ready for anything.
Well, now what's this? Shrunken Storm sprays at all enemies within 10 yards, dealing 29 physical damage. Deals damage beyond 8 yards. Okay. Still. I got a horse. I wish I could fly, but I got a horse. Feel kind of stupid here. Grinding this out. Doing quest after quest after.
Oh my god, they're making a Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hello. A shop.
Is it like an anime movie or what?
Yeah, it's cartoon.
Ishnu Daldia.
Okay.
Quest
That would be better
complete.
than a live action. At least I think it would be better than live action. Oh, Mr. Dave. Yeah, Mr. Dave. Grind. Whew.
The dark
Grind
times
is
will
real.
pass. The reckoning is at
I'm
hand.
trying to make it through.
Remember the sun well.
It's like the last Matrix movie. How are they going to reboot the Matrix again? That was such an awful movie.
No, I'm pretty sure they just killed it.
I need a target.
Quest complete.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Come on.
What's up?
Look,
Be careful out there.
what's here?
I got some coffee from a local market basket the other day. Boy, was it terrible. They
Yeah.
used to have it medium roasted, and it was nice and delicious. And they went from medium roast to light roast, and they never told anyone and stuff. I got a box of it. Oh, it was awful. It was no stronger than tea water.
That sucks.
Yeah. But like everything, all the coffee now, those K-cups, they're all owned by Green Mountain Coffee. You know, they're all made by one company.
I seen you around here before. Yeah, what do you want?
Okay.
Oh, you know, Keurig got bought out by the people that own Dr. Pepper.
Really?
Yeah,
Not know that.
yeah. Their main offices now are in Burlington, Mass. Yeah, Burlington, Mass.
Glad I could help.
Where was it before?
The Green Mountain Coffee was somewhere in Vermont before originally. I think Burlington, Vermont.
makes me kind of wonder how an American company couldn't seem to make a pot that's larger than a 10-ounce cup.
When my dad's Keurig machine broke and it was the second one, I went and bought a generic, a Mr. Coffee one. But the one I got for him that does the Mr. Coffee one, it does the K cups, the K cup carafe, and it does the regular grounds too. So you can use a pot of 12 cups of coffee if he wants to. And he says that machine makes a better cup of coffee than the Keurig machine did. And and it was less money too.
Quest complete.
So he can make anywhere from a 4-ounce cup of coffee to a pot of 12 cups if you wanted, with the same machine.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of machines like that at Walmart. When I actually had the Keurig with the little kettle to it. I forget what it's called, but somebody in my household ended up throwing away the kettle. So now I can't find that little kettle anywhere, and yeah, that blows.
You can get it. They're sold on Amazon and stuff. You just Google the model of the coffee maker, and it'll actually come up.
Okay.
Yeah, you talk about the 10-cup carafe that's on the side of the machine. Some do the yeah.
Yeah, where it has that little it has what looks to be a huge coffee mug off to the side that fits underneath it. It's specially made for it.
What's the word on the street? See you around, friend.
Yo, can I help you with something? This gig ain't so bad. Yo, getting real.
Ah,
Quest complete.
hey, you know when they give you a fire extinguisher, they probably intended on you to use it. The more you
You're
know.
talking about you're talking about a little silver thing right here, right?
Where'd you wind up posting? Probably. Did you send that to me directly, or did you?
Yeah. A direct message to you. There's the stainless steel one, and I found the glass one.
Huh. I looked all over for that little guy. Yeah, I used to have the black plastic one, the little black one that they show there. Yep. $20. Yeah, my Keurig will make both single cups and these. I'll save that, so I'll have to get that. Yeah, I'll wind up having to get that later. Thank you, Micro.
Yeah, no problem. People are always. Wow. It's my complex on fire.
What's shaking?
You are.
GTL, friend. Gambling, tinkering, laundry. Hey, how you doing? What's the word on the street? I seen you around here before. Yeah, very funny.
Okay, well, I can't save him.
Yeah? What do you want?
can't. It won't let me start on that one yet. I don't know why. It won't. Okay, so that did it. Yes. There's great iron. And that's who I meant to say. Alright. And the last one right there. What a douche.
Quest complete.
So now what do I do? Okay. Static. Static charge. Hit the-
I need a target.
That, my friend, apparently was not one of them. Wow. Yay! For wintergrass. Get a new riding skill. I don't have the money for it. That's what they All right. Got this.
I'm out of range. Target.
There.
It's too far away.
knows how to drag this stuff out, don't they? This is it's pain. I'm gonna make it through. I mean, at least I've got some eggs so I can start cooking. Yeah. I like it. At least it's giving me some eggs.
Quest complete.
There we go.
What's up? Catch you on the flip side.
Okay, so really what I need is to tap. Do I have money to buy? I think next Friday is 5th. And I'm not 100% sure. So, let's see. Okay. All right, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking it out with me. As always, the reason why I do what you guys are the reason why I do what I do. And thank you very much.